Good morning. Ooh, I don't have my paper in front of me. All right. All right, well,
Find it?
my notice. I'll try to do it from memory. It is the 4th day of August. It's 9 a.m. We're in the Commissioner's Courtroom at the Aransas County Courthouse located at 308 North Live Oak, Rockport, Texas, 78382. I call this workshop to order. Roll call.
Commissioner Cheney,
Here.
Commissioner Casterline.
Here.
Commissioner Russo.
Here.
Commissioner
I'm
Dickinson,
sorry, here.
Judge Garza.
Here, we've got a full quorum.
Echo.
This time, anybody sign up to speak? Nope. Nope. All right, we're gonna get into our fiscal year 27 budget hearings. We met yesterday and we had, I told you I was gonna get back to the auditor after I meet with some of the officials. And for the JP2, we're going to take that, changing the part-time to full-time, that 22,000, we're gonna take that out. Judge McGinnis said that, the workload is there. She's gonna make do. And she also found out how much increase that the salary study is gonna put on her plate, and she is making additional cuts.
And we did talk yesterday, and we worked on getting a lot of her budget down.
Sounds good.
So these numbers that you are looking at.
Reflect that?
Yes, ma'am.
What else do we have here? HR, we took out that part-time position. We deleted that. The district clerk's office, he had a part-time going to full-time. We got rid of that. We're gonna keep it part-time. Animal care, she's asking for a group change with an expense of 11,000. We took that out. I just spoke to the county treasurer, and she wanted to add a part-time position at a cost of 30,000. I told her we're probably going to take it out. I don't know if you want to come up. She did say she paid her chief deputy, what was it, 22 hours of overtime?
Yes.
Come on up.
So the need for someone else to help with the workload is great. So right now we're paying out 22 hours to my chief deputy because of the overtime, what she's gone over the allotted amount for comp time, so we have to pay it out. So I can take out the part-time employee if I can have some OT to pay them in the budget.
Well, I'm definitely in favor of taking out that position.
Okay.
And I would propose that right now, probably there is a need for extra hours because a lot of your staff, including yourself, are in a learning curve.
Right.
I think there's one person who's carried over from the previous administration. But I think that should resolve itself soon, and you won't have the continuous need for overtime, especially going into the next year.
Okay.
What is the projected budget right now for this year for the county treasurer? Are they on track or?
Right now they are within budget, but this overtime, and it is significant, is not reflected in the reports that I've done. I think they'll be okay as long as they can maybe limit the overtime. That should end up fine the end of this year.
Because they had some positions that were open for a while, and so those salaries weren't being paid out, correct?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
We good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you, Jamie.
So how much did you want me to add into overtime?
I don't want you to add anything.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'm just one person, but I think, like I said, there were positions that were open for a while, so those salaries weren't being paid out. And eventually, the folks will learn their positions and they'll be more efficient.
Okay.
And it should work itself out. I mean, I guess we can hear towards the end of the year if it's a problem.
Okay.
No, I agree.
Okay.
All right. Is there some numbers you wanted to present?
Could I ask a question or two?
absolutely.
So on the sheet, and thank you for continually giving us these change items. I appreciate it, Tana, and the rest of you who are working on these. But since we're looking to implement that salary survey of the 7.5 increment under the tax office, I'm wondering if we can eliminate that request for the time being. Or if we can, with the new salaries that will be in there, switch them to a higher pay group, but at a step that corresponds to that same salary level.
I will say the salaries that this particular item affects, those did not change in the salary study.
And what's that department number, 490?
499.
Pat, I wanted to bring it up. This was brought up when you weren't here, so I just wanted to give you a little background why I was going into this. I found out where my office is being a step below, like the or the county clerk and the district clerk's office.
A step or a group?
We're a group below.
Okay.
So my staff, I keep losing my staff to those departments because, of course, they can go to the other departments and make more money. And my office, with our workload that we have, it's a lot. It's
I know it is.
so that's where the problem I'm having is why am my office that has the workload that we do and the customers that we do on a daily basis, why is my office paid less than a county clerk and a district clerk starting out?
And you mentioned the other day, we were talking, I don't think it was in a meeting, maybe it was a side meeting, about how many customer contacts your people have daily?
Yes, I did have some reports printed out and gave to Tracy that were supposed to be given to you, but I'm finding out that you didn't get them, of the daily work that, from RTS. Just from RTS alone, I printed out for June and
What is
May.
RTS?
Is our motor vehicle system.
Okay.
So that tells us exactly what my staff is doing every day. And I did those reports, and just off of memory, one girl in the month of June alone had 500 and some transactions in that month. And that's just one staff member. Just to bring this to light, I was talking to Tracy Friday, and we had 16 people in line at that time, and it was like that all day Friday, and yesterday was just as bad. And it's like this all the time in our office. So those are reports that I did give. I wish I would have, I should have reached out, made sure you got them. But it does, we're busy.
Oh, I know you're
We are
busy.
very busy on a daily basis.
And a lot of times when I've been in there waiting, some of the folks at the counter aren't the most pleasant to work with.
no.
And I think your staff does a pretty good job of dealing with them. Not always, but most of the time.
But it is hard too, because, it is hard to keep the staff with that amount of work and when they can go to another department and make more money. So I struggle with that, and I've already lost 2 in just within 6 months, 7 months.
Did you hand Tracy a report, or did you email
Yes,
it to her?
no, I gave them to her and asked her if she could, she has them.
But as I look at that salary survey for your department, it shows almost all of those positions are not being recommended for an increase
Right.
because they're overpaid.
And that was the other thing was brought up, is I don't know if that salary study was done, I think Tana brought that up yesterday for me. If you reach out to all the local tax offices around here, the majority of them are not cross-trained. They have vehicle departments and they have property tax departments. They do make less than my office, quite a few of them, but they're not cross-trained. My staff knows everything.
And you go in there, I know when I've gone in there, it doesn't matter who, when there's, someone comes up, one of the people will jump up from their desk to help the public.
Right,
And
yeah,
that- I
they're not,
appreciate
like I
that.
said, they're cross-trained in motor vehicle and in property taxes, plus all the other things that we collect for as well. Where a lot of the counties around here, I know Nueces, they have a property department and they have a tax, vehicle registration department. Those people are not cross-trained. So they know just the one or the other, they don't know it all. And as Victoria, they only have a few people that are cross-trained, majority of theirs are separate as well. San Patricio is pretty much the same way. A lot of the counties around us they're separate departments. We're not big enough to be a separate department and/or
There's
it's
separate
not.
departments other than under the tax assessor's office?
No, they're under the tax assessor, but when you go in there, you're either hired to do motor vehicle or you're hired to do property taxes, and that's all you do. You don't do both. So to me, that it's not as much of a requirement as my office. You have to do everything that we do in that office.
And everybody has to be bonded and all the process?
We are under a blanket bond, yes.
Well, I think that's true of, like, the treasurer's office and
Right.
the
Yeah,
auditor's
oh
office,
yeah, anybody that
too.
deals with money,
Yeah.
will have to have a bond. And with the money load that we do bring in, they're definitely bonded.
I mean, whoever you hire has to be bondable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's just, like I said, I wanted to reach out because I know you weren't here that week that I
I wasn't
brought
here
this.
that one day.
Yes, yeah. that
I
made it-
wanted to be, believe me, I wanted
I
to be
am,
here.
I just wanted to give you the update why that was something that was just brought up. If it was a possibility that we could look into that.
You know, I don't know, the salary study didn't necessarily take into compensation, I think, but all of our county offices, each one has an expertise, and I really don't think any one expertise is more
No.
valuable than the other. Overall, everybody has to have a special skill set. So I really have, concerns when the salaries for, say, for a clerk, customer service clerk, what you might want to call them, are not comparable necessarily.
Yep.
And that's the thing, like I said, you start having people jump ship. By the time you get somebody halfway trained,
Correct. It is frustrating, but I get it. I would too, so
Yeah.
I understand. But it is frustrating, and in this higher, market lately, it's been really hard to find people that want to work. I'd like to keep my staff that I can keep, because it takes a lot to train. And once you get them trained, I mean, it's not something you can train somebody in 2 weeks. We're working on, probably 6 months to almost a year before they're even comfortable, and you're still learning on a daily basis.
A lot of stuff goes on.
A lot. I welcome you all to come visit us, please.
I try to, it's always too busy.
Well, you know what, we can get you to work. I need somebody to direct traffic. My office, my lobby is another issue, but we'll address that, and, oh, there they are.
One for each of them.
Oh, no, I just have,
Oh, just one?
yeah.
There's a couple months, I printed the month, I think it's June, May, and January. I wanted to do January just to show you, besides being our busiest month of property taxes, that we're still the same for DMV on top of that.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
But you can look those over when it's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ann. So I did meet with all my department heads yesterday and did challenge them, try to find more cuts.
And did you give them a time frame within which to respond?
Well, no, I didn't say overnight, but they're looking. Renee, you're looking, right?
Yes, and actually, I cut a little bit more prior to that meeting,
Okay.
so my total right now with utilities, uniform, and conferences is $11,000 cut.
please, it won't be picked up.
Sorry, $11,000 total.
Say that
At this
over again,
point.
because I didn't hear most of it.
So we cut from the utilities, uniform, and conferences line
What's your
items.
department number?
510.
510.
what page?
Okay, 38. So under, did you say under insurance premiums, or under what did you say? Or uniforms?
Utilities, uniforms, and conferences.
Where is my,
Renee, about how much do you think that you've saved by setting up that, the HVAC where it's in-house? How much are you saving on that?
Well, you figure for every call that we call out a vendor, there's an automatic $190 charge for the
Okay.
travel. In-house, we're able to change out fan motors, compressors, and actual units. So it could be anywhere from $200 to $5,000 or $6,000 a call.
Okay,
The going rate for a air conditioning technician, I think, is somewhere around $300 an hour, isn't it?
Yes.
yeah.
How many air conditioners do we have in this county?
I forgot to bring my sheet.
Oh, a lot.
At last year's budget meeting, I gave you guys all that information, but we have over 21 buildings, and every one of them, for
Multiple
instance, the detention center has 21 AC units.
Well, the
And these are
point-
commercial, big units as big as this bench, so.
Well, the point that I was getting to was, whenever you talk to us about that, about saving money and everything, have you found by doing that we are saving a lot of money, some money, or a little bit?
Absolutely, we're saving a lot of money.
Okay.
Yesterday, I was going through the numbers, and I had actually asked for one of my positions to get a lead position. And, you know, that change in the budget number would be a little over $5,000, but I can incur that debt or charge from a vendor in one call. So-
And that was an HVAC position.
Correct,
Right.
yes.
Well, the point I'm getting to from the budget all the way is the decisions that the department heads are making have not, to my knowledge, have not cost us money, but has saved us money. You know, you see the cost on the payroll and that sort of thing by adding somebody.
Right.
But if you look at the overall effect on the budget, the salaries end up being relatively, not insignificant certainly, but not as, it's not a true picture. The cost of that employee, if you just look at the cost of the employee, is not a true picture of the overall effect on the budget. And so whenever we start talking about things like what the two department heads have said and everything, the cross-training and all that other stuff, that's not really reflected in, it's not reflected in the overall savings if you looked at it on a per unit basis. But whenever you look at it across the budget, it's a tremendous savings. The ability to cross-train where somebody's out and you don't have to shut that window down until they come back and somebody just steps in and does it. That's not something we can remunerate necessarily, but it's something that really can make a difference and really does make a difference. And I would say, just as a general statement in this budget, that before we add or subtract, we need to look to see what the true total overall effect of either adding that position or subtracting that position is, not just for convenience, but for the overall economic benefit it has across the.
Okay. I'm not adding a position.
No, but
Right.
I'm using that as
As
an
an
example.
example, okay.
Because last year you told us that you thought that by adding that position that we would save money, and we have. We saved a
Tremendously,
lot of
yes.
money. Okay, and so I'm wondering, whenever we start into this, we need to look at if somebody's adding a position or taking it away, what's the overall economic thing, not just what it's gonna cost us in wages, but how's it affecting the efficiency of the organization? I just want to make that statement.
I guess I want to
I
ask,
understand.
you pretty much work on air conditioners once a day, don't you? I mean, on average?
I would say that both of my HVAC technicians at this time, and one is to become one, but he's in the works of that.
No, I
But
mean, but daily they work on air conditioners?
all day, every day.
And so you're talking about just a $200 service charge alone would be right at $40,000 a year.
Correct. And we're avoiding any kind of PM contract with companies to do that. And as some of you know, Judge, that is very expensive. You're talking in the hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay a company to come in and do your PMs on equipment. So I feel that having, and I think we've proved that having someone who's vested as an employee with the county is better suited for the job. They're loyal. They take pride in their work, and they're here and on call and on the immediate. We avoid any kind of outside charges due to that, so.
Well, I remember when I was the HR director, and you were not the facilities manager, I don't believe you even worked here at the time, nothing was repaired in-house. And the expenses to call in for electrical, flooring, HVAC were very, very high. I mean, you could probably go back and look, and then there's going to be a factor of what was the cost then versus what the prices are now. But I have been with you sometimes just out on a run looking at some building or that, when you've gotten calls like the generator went down, the AC went down, and I've been very impressed with the coordination and cooperation of the people who work for you to just jump in, get it patched, get it fixed, get a solution in place so that there's the least inconvenience and downtime for our staff and for the public who come here.
Right.
I'm very impressed with the department. But under utilities, what did you say was the difference? Because you had 200,000, what did you say was the difference? Or did you? I mean, because I think, didn't you name 3 different categories?
Yes, we took I was talking to Tana yesterday, and the 496 uniforms, we took it down to the 2,500. And then 425 conference, we took it down to 3,000. And then the remainder of that balance would be, of the 11,000 would be utilities, and I don't have that number.
Okay.
That number now is 190,000.
Okay.
But we did take 10,000 out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Renee.
Thanks.
And I would also just like to add, which I believe is on your sheet, after implementing the salary study, that increase for Renee's request on that existing position is now $1,800.
Is that this sheet or, oh, our budget changes sheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have to specify, Tan, we have a lot of sheets up here.
I know, you're right.
Okay. Now I have to find that sheet. All right. So it lowered what the impact was going to be because the salary
That was
study
one-
implementation.
Yes, ma'am.
Would have
That
been a
was
higher
a
amount. Okay.
salary that was eligible for an increase.
Okay.
And could you explain the sheriff's, you had that memo about the sheriff's office here? Can you explain what that memo is, basically?
Yes, sir. So the sheriff at initial budget request, he did submit a proposal for salaries for leadership roles in his office, just to more align them separated from the rest of the employees that they do supervise.
I think he was attempting to fix the salary compression.
And Michael is here to explain more.
Okay, that'd be great.
Michael Brooks.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So the sheriff did do the proposal that was prior to the salary survey outcome, and did speak with him yesterday. He's not going to be here today, unfortunately. He was good with the salary survey study without going with the proposal. If there was a future hope of these salaries continuing for the next couple of years to close that gap.
That's the plan.
So he was fine with that. We're just wanting to get a bit of a difference between your supervisors and your pay. Who wants to do that job for a couple of bucks more? We can't get people to do those jobs. And we're wanting to make that difference so that they strive to get to those positions.
And also, another way that that can be done, Michael, and I know I've visited with the sheriff about this multiple times when I was in HR, is to do performance evaluations and put in merit increases. That needs to be done.
We have. I started that a couple of
Good.
years ago. I haven't been in this position that long, but I started as soon as I started realizing that. And we have been on that for the past 2 years
Or 3.
or 3. So
I'm glad.
that has been done.
Good, thank you.
Is there anything else?
So then we can just remove what is on this direction needed or updates needed.
The
We can-
second note.
For the sheriff's office, because he's okay with the study, just, going forward. that-
Going forward with the hope that this continues the next couple of years to close that gap.
Okay,
Is that what that represents on this last
Yeah.
paragraph?
Yes, sir, it does. It would represent exactly what the sheriff's proposal was to create that gap. But like Michael was just saying, that if we can somehow next year, if there is a way to create more of that gap, we can forego that this year. with the salary study increase, it does help. Not completely, but it does help.
That's correct.
Yes, Jackie?
If I'm not mistaken, that was the intent that court had, was to do this in increments and try to do it over a few years instead of everything at one time, so
Yes, ma'am.
I think that. we're
And
safe to
he
say
was
that's
fine
what-
with that, as long as we continue to do that. That proposal, like I said, was before we knew it was gonna come from the salary survey.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
he got his wish.
Any other questions from the court?
Question?
The comment is, the amount we're talking about right here is a fraction of a percent of our budget. I don't know, I think a lot of these jobs are necessary, and we're kind of nitpicking on.
I'd like to bring up something for the court to consider going forward. I know that in the past, we've had a lot of grant activity, a lot of grant projects, a lot of construction. But going forward, I know we have the aquarium, which hopefully will be done by May of next year. And I think we need to revisit the position of the Director of Community Development, because that was created to oversee the many different projects that the county had going on and sort of aid with the grant administration, although that's handled out of the auditor's office. But I see those activities curtailing and winding down. And I'm not sure we still have the need there, at least for a full-time position. I'm not sure if we have a need going forward for a position at all. So I'd just like to have people think about that, and we can not necessarily make a decision today, but I think
How much
that's
is the effect on if we did away with that position, how much is the effect on the budget?
about 84,000 plus whatever the benefits
loading.
are.
That position was also eligible for the increase with the salary study. So
Yeah, I saw that.
going forward with the salary study, it does come out to 87,721.
And then whatever
30% loading, or
I'm sorry,
40%.
say that again.
For the
30%
burdens.
loading, labor loading then, roughly?
That is not, that is without benefits.
Yeah.
Right.
So add
So
another
it
30%.
would be well over 100.
All right. Any other questions? Any other comments?
I can say on mine, I'm just looking at the proposed budget that's in the agenda packet. If it hasn't been done already on mine, there's 32,000 that'll come out, because I am terminating an AT&T circuit once we're vacating the Harbor
What-
Oaks
How
Plaza.
much?
I can't hear you.
$32,000 out of my budget.
What's your department?
Oh, 415, page 24.
Oh, thank you. So under maintenance
It would
agreements
be
or
under
professional
my
services?
420 telecom, or telephone.
421?
421.
421.
So how much is coming out of there?
32,000.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yeah, 32,940 would be the exact amount.
So that's almost 33,000.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's getting rid of the AT&T?
When we vacate the Harbor Oaks Plaza building over there, that circuit will go
I
away.
think that's the one
Colin,
I've been
I can't
asking about
hear
for the
you.
last several years, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
That's the one that they really,
put it to us.
for lack of a better word, they did.
So that'll actually help us out in this year's budget also then, once we terminate.
It will. And I've already put the request in, so as soon as we're out of that building, that line will be disconnected, so.
Nice.
Yay.
And I did just update that right now.
What's, Colin, I could not hear you.
Line 421
Okay? On the telephone?
on telephone.
Okay, you're cutting that by 32,000?
Yes, sir.
33.
33,000, rounding
You're
up.
cutting it by 33,000 or cutting it to 33,000?
Cutting it by 33,000.
Okay.
I'm just glad we're getting rid of AT&T. I have it at home, but it's been a source of nuisance there.
They're not fun to work with, but they are a necessary evil, in our line of work at least.
So that's what it looks like right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With the change that I just made for IT.
But bringing in that salary study.
Yes, yes,
okay,
ma'am.
good.
That's the current 644.
Yes, sir. 644-228.
And then whatever the other departments can bring forward.
All right.
How
Y'all
is
got
that-
any comments? Yeah.
How is that going to relate to our tax rate you gave us yesterday? We still,
I do have the voter approval rate as the proposed tax rate in right now.
So yesterday, it showed that it was going to be 800 and something thousand dollars. With the voter approval rate, it's this, the 644.
and
That has the voter approval rate in it, all the salary study, and everything is already in here.
oh, wow.
So that's good.
Come down.
Because we were thinking yesterday it might be like, it was,
Yesterday,
to
it was looking
883
at over
or
800,000
Yeah, it was
with the salary study.
830 something.
Yeah.
so that's good. Not quite $200,000 less than what we anticipated.
And some of that was because not all of the salaries were in general fund. Some of them were in road and bridge and stuff, so that changed the effect a little bit, but that and everybody's changes.
And are we looking at our beginning surplus, you're looking at it's gonna be 6.8?
Or 6.8. Yes. Beginning fund balance, yes, sir. As of right now, yes, sir.
And I really want to kind of explain something. When we look at the budget, we look at the cash that's in the bank, what we anticipate there will be cash. When you look at the audit, and they say fund balance is 2.5 or 2.9, that's because that fund balance takes all your assets, subtracts all your liabilities, and then your difference is the fund balance. So they're kind of different because it's taken in anything, all of the paid, or the sick leave that's on the books. I mean, there's all kinds of factors that affect that fund balance. So it always looks like we have a really low fund balance, but we actually have the cash. There's other things that offset that for the financial statement fund balance.
One's a cash balance sheet, basically, and
We use cash here, because there's receivables and stuff in there also, there's, your capital assets are in there. There's a whole bunch of items that are in there that aren't cash and aren't spendable. So when I set this up and what we use is just what we know it's gonna be unreserved cash.
Thank you.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
kind of explain that because it kind of is misleading when auditors tell us your fund balance is 2.5.
yeah.
And we're coming in here and telling you it's 6 million, and then you're kind of wondering why, what's the difference?
Where's that
That's
$4
the
million?
difference. Yeah. And that's some of it, is where's that money? But it's not apples and apples. They're two different numbers.
Two different accounting practices.
Yes. One's
It's,
cash and one's modified accrual and,
Yeah.
yeah.
One's apples and one's apples with the cart with it.
Yeah, or caramel on it or something, you know?
All right. We have a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Got a motion and a second?
Commissioner Cheney,
Aye.
Commissioner Costerline,
Aye.
Commissioner Russo,
Aye.
Commissioner Dupnick,
Aye.
Judge Garza.
Aye. Motion passes, and we are adjourned. Thank you.